Hey everyone, we're coming out on day 2 to bat. Our highest score is 213 not out, and as you can see, that's what we've made. We're currently on 213 not out to begin day 2. Oh, look at him, just a little bit of the 5 for 493. It'll be interesting to see how we approach day 2 of this match and how many runs we need probably before a declaration comes from our captain. Who's our captain? Is it Aaron Finch? Is it Glenn Maxwell? I think it's Glenn Maxwell. I think he's actually the Victorian captain these days, so I wonder how long before he would want to go about a declaration and how many sort of runs we would want to get. So maybe 550, 600. I mean, the reality is we've had so much time to bat, and there's still 300 overs remaining in this match. So there's still plenty of time for us to do some good things, plenty of time for some bad things to also occur. But the way things are tracking at the moment, I think we would just be wise to keeping our batting here. Also, my name's Dean. I don't know if you know that. It's now a running joke that my name is Dean, apparently. And Matty Wade just chilling on 107 down the other end. Going the quick single. He's taking it on. He's getting back. 500 up for the Victorians. 5 down. This partnership's now worth at least 250, I think. 251 is what the partnership's worth. They were 5 for 249 when these pair came to the crease, and you just thought WA could knock them over for about 350 and they'd be in a good spot. But right now, 5 for 500, you still expect them to make another 80 runs minimum. And if this pair of myself and Matty Wade can hang around for a bit longer, I don't see any reason why we can't. Like, it just depends on how long the captain wants to keep us in, how long they want us to hang around for. And I would really like to probably know that as an option, like in future. I think that might be a good option to add, would be like captain's mentality, I suppose, if you weren't the captain. So you had sort of an indication of how long until the captain's thinking of declaring. You know what I mean? I just think it would be a really good option to have that, you know, your captain would, it might say, you know, captain's like declaration score of like 600 or something. And then when you get close to that score, it might say, you know, captain's close to declaring or not close to declaring, or that's a good piece of fielding. Like, it could say, you know, declaration possibilities. You know what I mean? Like certain at X score X, or close, or just bat forever, or, you know, like, it'd just be good to have a few options, I suppose, to know what your captain's thinking. Because if I then knew, okay, look, he's going to declare at over 110, so we've got 4 more overs to really bat, right? And you'd be like, okay, well, I just want to hit as many runs as I can in these 4 overs, and it would sort of change the mentality of how your batsmen are going about things. Just a thought. Also, this makes my average now, what, 200 and something? In first class cricket? It's pretty good, isn't it? It's not bad. Not the worst average you've seen. Maybe a little bit better than the Dons. Obviously just the one sample size of innings to choose from. As that is whipped into the gap this time for 4. End of the over. 5 for 515. If they only used 4 bowlers, how many bowlers have they actually used? They've used 5 bowlers. Bazisto, Agar, Ty, Moody and Berendorf. Moody's bowled the most. Ty has been the least economical, and Berendorf's looked reasonably dangerous at times. 3 for 93 from 22, with the best economical rating of the field. See, just as an example, if I saw, well, I was gonna tonk that over mid-on, but if I saw my captain was gonna declare, then I could have just tonked that ball over mid-on. Oh, nice. 4 runs, Scotty Boland. So I totally missed it then. Matty Wade must have got himself out. So we're 6 down now. Is that a declaration incoming, I think? Is it? Maybe not. So what's the Matty Wade gone for 117. Bowled by Ashton Agar. 222 AM on off 110 overs. Dot ball again. So with Scotty Boland at the crease, does that change my mentality at all? Do I want to hit more powerfully? I feel like sure the end of this session, or the end of our first innings, is coming shortly. That is a really, really, really nice shot that really should not have been hit in that area given where it was pitched. through point on the offside. See, that's a shot that's more likely to be hit in that area and just driven away for another boundary casually. Sometimes I just think I don't hit record and I just record for like half an hour and then I work out I didn't actually hit start recording. Luckily though, I have hit start recording for this one, I hope. I can see it. It says that I have, so I'm hoping it's working. As again, I go through that point, that vacant point region, and it just splices off the bat quite easily for a boundary. Although, oh gee, that's a good piece of footing. I almost did hit start streaming, I must say, before today's episode. Luckily though, I do have a sort of pop-up notification for when I am streaming that does say, are you sure you want to start streaming? And I almost hit yes, because I was like, oh yeah, I do. But then I was like, hang on a minute, no. I just want to record. I don't want to stream. I just want to record, which is fine. I feel like my shot variety has been pretty good this innings. I mean, with 234 runs, you'd think it's going to be pretty good. I think the one area of the ground I've sort of lacked, that's going to hurt my elbow. I don't have an arm guard either. But the one area of the ground I haven't hit too much is straight. Very straight down the wicket, very straight. And they've always had a min on, min off, and it's actually a really hard shot to play if you don't have the points into the straight drive. But it has been predominantly leg side because I feel like that is the much safer option when they do bowl it straight on the stumps. Because if you try and hit it to the offside, there's, chance of an outside edge, chance of you missing it completely, getting LBW, getting bowled, and all kinds of nonsense that you probably aren't a huge fan of, as I have clipped that into the air, but not quite. Probably the one thing I can do with this game now that I'm, consistently making pretty good scores is turn the difficulty up to legend. Because at the moment, I've got batting on hardest, bowling on hard, but the AI difficulty is actually on veteran, not legend, and I feel like that's a slight difficulty disadvantage, maybe. Like, it's not quite as hard as the game can be. Obviously, I can use the sliders to make things even tougher if necessary. But, you want it to be somewhat challenging without being stupidly brokenly OP. And that's what I felt like Bradman 14 and 17 they were just sort of a ticking time clock to get out. Whereas here I feel very in control of my innings, very much in charge of the shots I'm playing. Probably really only those bat pad decisions were the ones early on in the career that I felt I did not deserve to get out on. But other than that, look at that shot. Just complete control, completely in control of my innings as we close in on 250. As I did try to absolutely beat the crap out of that. Oh, yep, there it is. That is the shot. 6 big ones. My first 6 of the innings. I was waiting. I loaded it up and go, hello, mate. Straight through mid-wicket, the most dangerous area of the ground. Hit 24 sixes. Objective is complete. And we're on 248. And I thought I'd go again. I thought I'd go again and bring up the 250. Just don't bowl it there, you clown. Ideal, ideal, ideal. Yes! 254, 33 fours, 2 sixes. It has taken 300 plus balls, I think. 294 balls to make 254. Gee, this has been the best innings I have played by a long way. And even though I did have a score very similar to this not too long ago, this is a much higher caliber of opponent. Granted, it is only WA, but, it is still a much higher caliber opponent. Look at this innings. Have you ever seen anything like it? Well, you probably have, which is crazy. Crazy. I'd love to be able to zoom in, like, right on the batsman's perspective and just look out at everything from the pitch. I wonder what the next challenge is here. Am I going for 300? Are we going for 600 as a team? Like, is the declaration near? Again, I'd love to have that option, please, of knowing when the declaration's coming, if it's a possibility. It'd just be lovely. That's through the gap. Will it go for 4? There's a fielder getting around to it. It's going to reach the rope first. Another boundary down the over. And I just wonder what this is going to do for my selection status for other game modes. Like, am I going to now be part of the Shield team or the staked one-day side? Is this going to increase my standings for being selected for the Big Bash games? You know, there are all kinds of sort of selection things that this type of innings can put on. Does this put you somewhat in contention for the test team at all? I know it would make you a long way off because the test side is obviously a fairly big thing to do, and they're not going to just say, look, you made 300 on debut, you're coming straight into the test side. You have to perform it on a consistent basis. But, you know, 260, and you just start to think, are they ever going to get this man out? Or, you know, is he going to actually become a superstar that we all want him to become? Where'd the ball go? Oh, it's there. Yeah, there's a single in this. Oh no, don't do this to me, game. Don't have this ball glitch here. I think that means the declaration has come. Because I remember this exact same glitch happened in Don Radman 17. Yeah, I believe the declaration has occurred. See, this is what I'd like to know. I'd like to know when the declaration's coming, so I can just tell you all about my 200 and whatever not out, 262 not out. So Scotty Bowler must have come out, and then they've gone, all right, we're going to declare. So at the end of the first one, 7-4-5-73 declared Peter Siddle to bowl and hopefully get some wickets. Don't put me in early. Oh, come on, I'm a finger spinner. What do you want me to do? Take a wicket? I don't think it's gonna be happening here, especially with this field. I don't know what we're trying to do. I've done enough with the bat. Come on, fellas. Oh my god, my head is so small. I think that's something I definitely need to fix in the appearance options. Fix the stupid size of my head. Take a wicket. Oh, I thought there was a man there. Or I thought at least that it was going to be in a nice enough position to create problems for this man. Gee, that is a good ball. Like, I get I am an all-rounder, so obviously I am going to have to do some stuff with the ball, but I am a batting all-rounder, mate. It's all about the bat. Is that out? They've gone up for it. I don't think he's hit it. Maxwell takes the catch. Bazisto goes. Umpire gives it out. Unbelievable. And I've got my first wicket in my first over of first-class cricket. I'm convinced, though, that he got absolutely nowhere near this. I reckon it's just straight off the pad. Or did it come off the glove? Or is there a glove on the way through? That's probably the thing. If it does hit the glove on the other way, that's where you give it out. But right here, I don't think he's hit it. This might be very similar to the Nathan Lyon dismissal I took of Stuart Broad in that Ashes game. Is there any glove? Oh, there might be some glove here. Oh, yeah. I reckon that's just the... Yeah. Because it's come up and... Oh... There's got to be a hint of glove there. Look, I'm convinced enough that this is touching the glove. I can't find a hole there. I'm convinced there is a smidgen of hotspot on this glove. Have a look at how close that is. No, that's definite. There's a definite thing in the glove. Hang on, can I just move my camera here? There is a definite right here. It's touching it. So there is some glove in it. And now I'm going to move myself back into this spot that I really should not have moved myself from. What a start. Gets the breakthrough after batting for 10 years and putting us in this superly strong position. WA 1 for 45 and I've won 1 for 8 off my first over. What the bloody hell? So we can see there has been a little bit of damage done by our other bowlers. WA 6 for 173 right now. I would love to get over to the other side of the wicket, which is what I'm trying to do right here. I can't even. It won't even let me change sides. It's like, nut, Dean. We won't allow it. Alright, whatever. I'll just get a wicket this way instead. Oi. It looks like there's a second rough patch where that first one started out. Bit of the old spin the other way. Oi, out of the patch. That's fine. I'm pretty sure Andrew Ty's a right-hander as well. So, like, it's okay to be giving us this, like, zone to bowl with, but it's not as effective when there's right-handers on strike, is it? No run. Actually, there is a little patch there just outside the off stump. I did just notice that now. It's not quite as big as the other two, but it does look like it could do something from outside that area. So I'm hoping, yeah, just to, go back over. I'll show you just here. If we go to the replay and we just take a look at the pitch here, we can see it just here. You see those two big patches, but you can see a little sort of line of rough just in this area here on the left there. Just starting to form, especially a big patch here, right there. I'd love for our team to just take these next 4 wickets without me doing much, because I just don't trust my abilities. That's not bad, actually. I mean, I am a part-time bowler, as they say. Definitely not a fully fledged all-rounder at this point in my career. Very much a batsman over a bowler. So that's definitely one portion of the game that I am good at, is the batting side of things. But my bowling's not too terrible either. We have managed to do some okay things with the ball. That is nice as well. Now, if we are going to just try and get one to scoop up, I reckon we just do it like this. We just go as far out as we can. We bowl a big top spinner. And we're going to have it drop in on that rough. Wee. Dot ball. Into the over. It's a maiden. Alright, so we took them all out for 250 is what the end result is. WA all out for 250. I don't know if we're going to enforce the follow on here or if we are going to come out and bat again. Wales making 87 from 86. The rest of their side collapsing quite heavily there for just 250 runs. Those last 5 wickets going down for about 100 runs or so. And it looks like we are going to come out and bat again. So Harris is in to the crease to begin proceedings with Travis Dean, I believe. Jason Berendorf to bowl. And we've come in at 3 for 45 with our score of 262, if you don't mind. We lead it by 368, and I wonder what the score we would be targeting for our opponents would be. So work this one away for a single to begin the second innings. Like, do I go about my innings any differently here? I just want to know how long's left in the day. There's 6 overs left on day 2, is it? 6 overs left on day 2, so there's still plenty of time left in the game. There's still day 2, or you know, there's 6 overs left of it. Then you've got day 3 and day 4 to come. So there's still plenty of time in this match, you know, before giving ourselves probably a 400-run lead, which I think we will probably get for ourselves. But I think the idea is really just to go about things the same way we went about things in the first innings, score ourselves enough runs to have a match-winning lead, and boundaries like this are just going to help that. And then once that lead becomes, you know, let's say 500 or 550, is when you'll really start to see us probably declare and then go for break with the ball. But there's still some work to do on this pitch. I mean, you have a look. I see those 2 rough spots just in front of me on the left there. So that's something I can bowl into in the second innings. That's a terrible shot. With the ball, it's definitely going to be... Like, I would love Berendorf to bowl a bit more, because then that really gives me the left armour. And then that would give me the little patch to bowl into for the right-handers as well. Hopefully Berendorf bowls a little bit, and that's probably what I'm seeing over in this area of the pitch just there. Those 2 little marks that are beginning is sort of what Berendorf is leaving behind with his bowling. I didn't realise I'm actually in with Dean at the moment. What a coincidence. What a coinky dink. It's Dean and Dean. And that is a single. Oh, Maxwell goes 6. That's a nice shot. Why not? If you can hear sort of a jet engine sound, I'm sure that's my PlayStation just struggling to keep up with the skill level that I'm producing right now. It's like, Dean, you're playing too damn good. Don't do that. Is this the last over of the day? Or is it the first over of the next day? I feel like it's more the last over of the day. So let's not get out. There's 2 balls to come. Berendorf to bowl them. No run there. Da-da-da-da. And we'll let that through to the keeper. So that is it for the second day's play of this match. As you can see, we had an absolute blinder getting the 200 up in that first innings. I don't even know what happened this episode, to be fair. I think a lot happened. 262 from 302 deliveries, not out, if you don't mind. Add that to my, what am I on there, 12? So 262 plus 12, average of 272 at the moment, and took a wicket in my first ever over of first class cricket. It was just an incredible performance. And at the end of the second day's play, the Bushrangers lead by 404 runs over the Western Warriors WA.